Hi friends, today we are going to be discussing a case study in market research, and the case study is titled as Technology Intelligence and Licensing Solutions Market Assessment in Europe. Let's try and understand some other details about this case study. Now, as you know by now, the course title of this case study is Market Research Case Study, Technology Intelligence and Licensing Solutions Market Assessment in Europe. So basically this case study deals with technology intelligence and licensing solutions market assessment in Europe. There's a company out there which deals with technology intelligence and licensing solutions, and that company probably wants to do something in Europe, which we'll get to know in the course of this case study. And that's why they're going for a market assessment. Now, market assessment is a form of market research, fine? Because there are many forms of market research, at least 21 major forms of market research, and this is just one of them. So we are going to be addressing this situation in this case study. And by the end of this case study, you'll fully understand how market assessment happens. So what is the difficulty level of this case study? So this course gets tagged as that of an intermediate level. Why? Because in order to comprehend and complete this case study, it would be desirable to have a basic understanding of marketing as well as an acquaintance with market research. So why is it needed? Because, had it been just a course in which I'd be talking about marketing or market research, it would be understandable that you may or may not be knowing anything about this particular subject. But when we move on to the case study stage, it's presumed that you have a basic inkling, you have a basic modicum of understanding about the subject in question. But you don't need to worry. Even if you don't have a basic understanding of marketing and market research, I'll make sure the way I explain things to you makes everything pretty clear to you. You're not going to be facing any challenges when it comes to clarity of exposition and ease of comprehension. I can assure you on that count. So what are the course objectives? Basically, this course aims to acquaint you with the broader dynamic of the market research biosphere. The market research biosphere is huge. Basically, market research in itself is a huge universe, fine? And one of the applications is through a market assessment study, which we are going to be discussing out here. So this is basically an acquaintance about the broader dynamic of market research and its application in real world scenarios or in a real world scenario. So the course description, basically, this course is based on a business entity in the intellectual property and technology intelligence and licensing solution. It's a live company out there, fine. This has happened out there. So we're going to be running through it. So what do you expect to learn in this course? I can assure you, and I'm pretty positive that by the end of this case study, you will be well grounded in the broader aspects of market research, especially market assessment and its application paradigms to deliver corporate or academic objectives. So what's the target audience for this kind of a case study? Basically, it's an open-ended course. It's an open-ended case study. But as I said, we presume that you will have a basic modicum of understanding about either marketing or market research. So if you're a student, undergraduate, graduate, postgraduate, or if you're a doctoral scholar across the board, across all marketing, market research, sales, management, commercial, and finance streams, or if you're an industry, business, or functional analyst, if you're a CA or a CFA, if you happen to be a professional across functions like marketing, market research, corporate strategy, operations, sales, business development, even account management, then of course IT, learning and development, HR, mergers and acquisitions, and finance. And of course, it goes without saying. So if you're talking about market assessment on a continental basis, it simply behoves business leaders from CV and D suites across all functions, across all companies to run through this case study so that their exponential enhancement of knowledge about market assessment and its application in a real-time scenario happens. And this is going to be a wonderful exposition, I can assure you about that. Thank you so much.